भोलानाथ का ब्रश कटर एक बैटरी चालित मशीन है जिसका चार्जिंग समय 3.5 घंटे है। यह 6 से 8 घंटे के प्रभावशाली संचालन समय का दावा करता है, जिससे यह एक बार चार्ज करने पर 16,000 वर्ग फुट गेहूं या चावल के खेतों को कुशलतापूर्वक काट सकता है, जबकि इसका पेट्रोल समकक्ष व्यक्ति उसी कार्य के लिए 1,000 रुपए मूल्य का पेट्रोल खर्च करता है।
गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, सभी को नमस्ते। वी आर इनटू न्यू ईयर, तो न्यू ईयर 2024 का आज का पहला सेशन है। श्रृंखला हमने 3-3.5 महीने हो गए अभी शुरू करके। जो लोग हमें पहली दफा देख रहे हैं उनके लिए मैं बता दूं कि ये डॉक्टर्स डायलॉग सीरीज में मैं डॉक्टर्स को, हेल्थ केयर प्रोफेशनल्स को, रिसर्चर्स को आमंत्रित करती हूँ एज गेस्ट स्पीकर। वो यहाँ पे आके अपने विचार रखते हैं रिगार्डिंग वेरियस इश्यूज। मैं ये सेशंस ऑन बिहाफ एंड कोलैबोरेशन विथ यूएचओ, दैट इज यूनिवर्सल हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एज वेल एज अवेकन इंडिया मूवमेंट कर रही हूँ। मैं सभी को ये भी बता दूं कि अगर किसी के पहले के रिकॉर्डिंग्स मिस हुए हैं, लाइव सेशंस नहीं देख पाए, तो आप क्यूवाइव नेटवर्क, अवेकन इंडिया मूवमेंट एंड यूएचओ, इन सबके यूट्यूब एंड फेसबुक चैनल्स पे जाके प्रीवियस रिकॉर्डिंग्स देख सकते हैं। तो आज हमारा 20th सेशन है। So first let me introduce our guest speaker for today. Our guest speaker is Dr. Remya Krishnan. Unmute yourself, ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome to the session. Yes, Dr. Remya Krishnan. Wow. She is MD and she has done her PhD in Ayurveda. She is associate professor. आज का हमारा टॉपिक है प्रूविंग आयुर्वेदा, व्हाट, व्हाई एंड हाउ। तो ये टॉपिक चूज करने के पहले मुझे ये लगा कि हमने ये टॉपिक चूज क्यों किया। सो मैम, एक्चुअली मेरा पहला सवाल तो यही है कि व्हाट हैज हैपेंड कि हम लोगों को प्रूविंग के ऊपर सेशन करना पड़ रहा है। व्हाई, what is the situation, you can say, in health sector currently that we are talking about we need to prove something? क्योंकि इतने ancient sciences है आज, आयुर्वेदा, होम्योपैथी, नेचुरोपैथी, योगा, सिद्धा, यूनानी, ये सब ancient sciences है, बहुत सालों से प्रैक्टिस किए जा रहे हैं सब कंट्रीज में अपने अपने जगह पे तौर से। Then why today we are choosing this topic and we want to discuss about why there is need to prove, why we need to prove ourselves. So मैं इस क्वेश्चन के साथ आपको बोलूंगी कि you can start.
First of all, thank you, Dr. Gayatri, and much appreciate this opportunity and this platform for universal well-being. So I truly appreciate all the good people who are behind this program, this noble initiative of creating awareness to public, because nowadays we are living in a world of anti-knowledge where everything wrong gets propagated and popularized very fast, and at the same time truth is always suppressed and masked. So it is high time to put forward such programs to enlighten people about the truth. And yes, now we are living in a world where we need to prove, like proving also, the word prove, I will come to that later, but proving is required so much. More than doing, proving is required, I will say. If we do or don't do, proving is what is required today. So we can show something and tell that we are proving. So we are proven. That is the situation today. Instead of doing, or I will say less doing and more showing, that is what is proving today. I will call it in a simple way. I will say that proving today is more showing off and less doing. But that is not really what a medical science proving. For a medical science, proving is always required in the past, present, and in future also. No doubt in that, because proving is a very authentic act which is uh, putting forward, or which is establishing the very identity and authenticity of a medical system. When we get a stomach pain, or when we get a cough, or when we get a fever, we don't want ourselves to be treated by some trial and error methods, right? Any of us. We will always want some scientifically approved or proven methods to get out of the illness and make ourselves healthy at the earliest. We are not in a mood to do some trial and error, even though some people are doing by ignorance. Apart from that, what people want is always a very authentic way of healing. So, for that, medical systems should establish their own scientific evidences or proofs, innate scientific proofs, how a medical system can prove. So, proof is always required to bring about the authenticity of that medical science. No doubt in that. And proving is also required to enhance the consciousness of the practitioners and scientists of the medical system, to enhance their responsibilities, to enhance their intelligence and responsibilities towards society. So there are two objectives of proving medical science. One is to improve the quality of action of doctors and to enlighten public regarding the innate potential and scientificity. And number two, it is to enhance the consciousness of the professional community of that particular medical science in need of improving intelligence and quality of performance. Both the purposes proving is required. That is the main objective of proving a medical science.
Right. Ma'am, your screen, I guess, needs to be a little brightened, or light
Yeah,
has gone.
what happened is there happened to be a power failure here, and
Okay,
I'm
okay.
trying to bring artificial light. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Now it's better. Yes, thanks. So, ma'am, what you are saying is right, but then my question immediate would be, the initial days it was not like that. What I'm concerned now is in this has become a new trend in recent past, isn't it? It like 30 years or 40 years back, the situation was very different, and all the medical systems were, even the patients had belief,
yeah,
but nowadays the belief from patients have also
yeah.
deteriorated. Don't you feel?
Yeah, that's because Dr. Gayatri, the prime objective of medical science is intended to be healing. And that was the sole objective of medical science, especially ancient medical sciences. Even modern medicine before 30 years, the prime objective was healing. I don't know whether
Exactly.
their objective is do more good than less harm, do less harm and more good. That is their objective. But ultimately, their intention is to heal. So, like that, ancient medical sciences also, they were more interested, or they were created in such a way. As far as Ayurveda is concerned, Ayurveda is scientifically manufactured in such a way intended to heal people and not to show off. Like
Hmm.
this is that we can show the best evidences of innate potential of a medical system by healing itself. Healing itself is the best evidence of scientificity and the best evidence of potential of the medical system. So nowadays, after the emergence of evidence-based medicine in modern medicine, what happened is, I think there happened to be a distraction in this, starting
Hmm.
from, I mean, diversion from healing to proving. So the
Right.
more people want to prove medical science, the thing is that the healing never happens. Emerging drugs and proving benefit risk ratio and
Hmm.
approval in the market, that happens to be the ultimate objective of proving. So proving medical
Right.
science is intended to be in the patient and not in the pharma market, right?
Right.
Proving is required to be done in the patients and not in the drug markets. But what happens today is diversion has happened. Instead of healing, more focus is on new drug emergence, new drug development, and approval in the market, and marketing it globally. So that was the difference created by evidence-based medicine, so-called evidence-based medicine, where benefit risk ratio is being counted and drug after drug, unknown compounds are subjected to trial and error. That is not the situation in ancient sciences like Ayurveda. I will come to the details in the coming points. So that is why the objective of proving is not healing today, but emerging new drugs. That is the unfortunate
Very
situation
rightly
and
said.
difference.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is unfortunate situation.
yeah,
Right.
right.
But ma'am, next what comes in mind is when we are talking about proving. So today proving has become more statistic oriented. Like
Yeah,
it's everything is based on numbers, isn't it? Now
yeah,
we saw it in even recent example is pandemic. So
yeah,
everywhere, it's the easiest example that people can understand, that it was always about a number game, isn't
yeah.
it? It's always about the numbers. So do you really feel that this statistic, what we depend on as doctors or as scientific community, should we stress so much about on these statistic values? Do they validate today's science correctly? What is your take on that?
Yeah, actually, it is a very big topic, but I will just brief it because science, the term science itself is diverted today. I really wonder how a technical term of science is getting diverted to statistics. Statistics cannot be considered as a science. Science is emerging from the term scientia, which means knowledge. Science means a logical, complete construct or infrastructure which can bring authenticity to application of a particular thing, right? Whatever it is, if you want to, we know that we are learning physics, chemistry, etc. in theory, and we go to lab, we conduct experiments regarding the logics. What we are learning in the science theory, we are trying, experimenting these logics in the lab, we are verifying the truth and we are writing, establishing the truth. This is the procedure of science. Science is always intended to acquiring knowledge first, acquire an established set of logics, principles, theorems, whatever it is, theories, whatever it is, that has to be acquired first. And based on that knowledge, we are conducting more and more deeper level of applied level, application level experiments. We can do applied research based on basic knowledge. Such kind of sciences are there in the world, like determinism. It is called deterministic sciences. Science like mathematics, physics, etc. They are having logical background. So Ayurveda is also like a deterministic science, which is having a very established, scientifically valid infrastructure of knowledge, incorporating theorems, logics, aphorisms, principles, etc. So, how these things are to be verified practically? Science is not intended to be kept in the museum where people can watch and enjoy. It is meant for application, 100% application. So, how we can bring these theorems, principles to application? That is also explained in this particular sciences. All these sciences, how to
Yeah, but
apply these theorems, logics,
मैम
principles.
ये जो मॉडल मॉडल बेस्ड आजकल का साइंस है कि एवरीथिंग these people are creating models and they are
Yeah,
doing simulations, and then these simulations they are saying that it is a statistical data that we have, which
yeah,
has the
but
authenticity,
yeah,
but there are no actual, you can say, blood and bone there, isn't it? It's all on the
yeah.
computer that you are playing with. So
Right,
इसके
that is the
बारे में
main
आप
point.
क्या बोल-?
Yeah.
हाँ,
Science always explains laws of nature. Laws of nature in the innate natural form, how a structure is, how its function is. That is what is explained in science. Always laws of nature based on cause, mechanism, effect relationship. So, if we are trying to reconstitute a natural thing, definitely it cannot be a natural thing, right? If we are a natural medicine and our active principles of the all that, if we try to make a new medicine, it will not become that natural medicine. Plant extracts and plants are different. When you are using plants in medicines, it differs from plant extract. Active principle, combination. If you make a cocktail, that is not the main medicine, that original medicine. So always laws of nature based on cause, mechanism, effect relationship. That is what science is intended to explain. And based on that application, but statistics, as Mark Twain I'm sure that you might be knowing Mark Twain's very famous quotation, like about statistics: lies, damn lies, and statistics, right? Lies, damn lies. There are three kinds of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. So what statistics is doing is, based on observation, they are creating data. And base observation cannot be complete knowledge, right? When
Right.
today we observe certain things, tomorrow if we find that there is a variation in today's observation, we are discarding that and we are embracing the new observation as theory, new theory. So if we are
Right.
doing this without proper basement knowledge, what happens is, it's just like salt is white. I am making a theory: salt is white, sodium chloride is white. Tomorrow you are finding a pink salt, you are discarding that salt is not white, salt is pink also. So anything pink is salt is not correct, right? Anything pink can be anything. So it is like a,
Generalization. Yes.
yeah. So based on, but we know that pink salt is also salt, black salt is also salt. Chemically, it is one and the same. But observations vary. So why and how is more important. You cannot make a science by simply observing a thing, right? You have to understand what it is from its fundamental knowledge. As far as medical science is concerned, we have to understand human being in the most fundamental manner. What are human beings? And mostly people are misled by when we are learning atoms. What comes to our mind is a spherical structure filled with proton, electron, and neutron is atom. But we know that atoms are not having, even we cannot see by microscope that much
Microscope.
minute, imperceptible to brain, that much small thing. It is atom. But people are made to believe that atom is a spherical structure based on proton, electron, and neutron. So what I mean to say is that observational knowledge is always incomplete. We have to understand the complete aspect, the knowledge in entirety. Mostly that may not be possible, but whatever we are understanding, we should try to understand in a complete manner as much as possible. Then only we do experiment. That is called deductive reasoning. So what statistics is based on is inductive reasoning. Their research is starting from an unknown compound of experimentation and observation. We cannot get anything. Something will get falsified and some new things will approve. That new thing will again get falsified. So it is
Agree.
like falsification, constructive empiricism. Empiricism means without any base. We are just observing and learning. It is fine,
Right.
but there will be no conclusion, no confirmation, no certainty anytime if we are not backed by a particular knowledge. So that knowledge is lacking in modern medicine. So that is why they want some kind of, this is my assumption, Dr. Gayatri. So positively, it's not like I'm not criticizing or anything. I'm telling the facts as it is. Why modern
Yes.
medicine thinks that theirs is only science and scientifically proven, because they want to establish that by these evidences, their practice method is a science. For that, they have to show some evidences, and these evidences are outbuilt, not inbuilt. Based on observation, starting from an unknown compound, their medical research is starting from an unknown compound. That unknown compound is subjected to a trial, first in toxicity level, then in animals, then in human beings. Randomized control trials. They are blinded, population is blinded, doctors are blinded, and benefit risk are counted. More benefit, less risk in that particular population, in that particular period of time, they call it as medicine. Next moment, they don't know what happens. So it is like very, as they are
No,
not
but
having,
ma'am,
yeah,
since you have used the word RCT,
yeah,
I can't wait to ask you again that nowadays it is being said that RCTs are quite unethical. How come they are saying like that? It's a
yeah,
new way of looking at things. What What
Actually, the
is
thing is
your
that
take on
they,
this?
yeah, because they don't have any other method to prove that what they are administering is a medicine, right? If a medicine means what? A medicine is intended to heal a subject. A medicine definition, by definition itself, a medicine is a substance or a method intended to heal a subject. So if their medicine is not healing, instead it is producing, masking, blocking, suppressing, altering, etc. of symptoms, then they cannot call it as evidence based healing. They can call it as evidence based blocking, evidence based masking, etc. So
Ma'am, is there
that
any
is a
network
problem.
issue? I'm
As
not able to hear properly.
you are unable to hear. Now is it audible?
Yeah, your screen also seems to be freezed. I don't know.
Oh, actually here there is good connection now. Is it clear now?
There's a lot of
Audible?
break. Yes. Now it's, yes. Now it's becoming
Right?
clearer,
No,
but still
actually,
it's freezed.
oh, now is it okay?
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yeah. So what next comes into my mind is that when we are talking about advancement in science, okay, so the recent, we are all, patients below, doctors below, most of the modern medicine, not only modern medicine, आजकल तो बाकी के पैथी के doctors भी they are trying to, diagnostic technological aids का बहुत use कर रहे हैं. Okay, so now things have changed, like from past, the one who used to practice in a certain way, and today a homeopath, how I'm practicing in a certain way. So there has been difference in that also. So ये जो modern, what you say, modernity जो आई है आजकल medical science में as regards to diagnostic technological aids. So how one as a doctor as well as a patient, how can we consider this as scientificity of a medicine? How can we validate this? How much important this factor has become in today's medical practice for all?
Actually, technology, you cannot connect technology or modernity with validity of a medical science. This is another myth. Anything modern is valid means it is not a proper rational conclusion. Actually, science or scientific refers to precision in logic and precision in application of logic, and anything which can explain cause, mechanism, effect, relationship in application, that can be considered as science. So definitely technology has done its role in modern era. There is no doubt in that. There are very good diagnostic aids to understand to arrive at a better conclusion in immune status, metabolic parameters, even foreign, this tumors and other growths, foreign bodies in the body, etc., etc. There are so much of technological aids, and even computerized era we are living in. All these are only becoming a part of diagnosis. Actually, what the diagnosis is entirely meant to be done based on that logical construct of that particular medical science. It is no way going to help the accuracy in diagnosis or the
Ah,
scientificity in diagnosis is innately based on the logics in that particular medical science. For example, in Ayurveda, there are diagnostic principles. So we are applying diagnostic principles and we are applying technology to better perceive that pathology. That's all. To better view that pathology, what it is. We can apply all the lab parameters, but it is not the patient. Lab values are not the patient. We have to study the
मैम
patient
ये
by
आप थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बताइए पेशेंट्स को, तो समझ में आएगा, जो भी
हाँ
हमको देख
बिल्कुल,
रहे
वो
हैं.
लैब में जो दिखता है वो पेशेंट का डिसीज नहीं है, वो सिर्फ लैब वैल्यूज है. तो लैब वैल्यूज पेशेंट्स के लिए नहीं होता है, वो डॉक्टर्स के लिए होता है. डॉक्टर्स आर अप्लाइंग लैब वैल्यूज एंड डॉक्टर्स को समझ सकते हैं इसमें क्या है, आप पेशेंट को क्या, मतलब लैब वैल्यू के, सिर्फ लैब वैल्यू के बेसिस में वी कैनॉट अचीव final diagnosis. Final diagnosis is made by the several other parameters based on the patient oriented parameters. That is more important. So lab parameters देख के वो परेशान होने का जरूरत बिल्कुल नहीं है. क्लिनिकल कंफर्मेशन के लिए है लैब पैरामीटर्स, वो डॉक्टर के लिए है, पेशेंट के लिए नहीं है, बिल्कुल नहीं है. सो देयर आर मेनी लैब पैरामीटर्स शोइंग लाइक red flag. They are highlighting the values and making patients scared. That is all very unethical. In my opinion, it is very unethical. Little bit value raised. Patients सोचते हैं कि वे लोग they will die. That's what they are thinking, because blood sugar little bit raised or ESR little bit raised. They are getting so worried. It's a very negative way
They
of
get panicky. Yeah, because वो सिर्फ reference range पे ही ध्यान देते हैं. You know that something plus or minus happens. उनको ऐसा लगता है कि yes we are some कुछ तो हुआ है हमको, ऐसा नॉर्मल पब्लिक का मानना है.
बिल्कुल.
बट मैम ये तो लैब के रिलेटेड हो गया, लेकिन आज हम एज डॉक्टर्स भी वी हैव सीन कि ऐसे बहुत से डॉक्टर्स है कि जो यू नो अननेसेसरीली भी दे राइट एंड गिव पेशेंट्स लॉट ऑफ डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल आजकल जो कैंसर है, तो अभी रिसेंट में ही न्यूज आई थी कि मैमोग्राफी का भी ओवर यूज एंड मिसयूज हो रहा है. सो सच डायग्नोस्टिक एड्स का कितना अच्छा है और कितने लिमिट में करना चाहिए, किसको सच्ची जरूरत है, ये सब चीजें देखना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है, मुझे ऐसा लगता है. सो देयर इज समवेयर आई फील देयर नीड्स टू बी सम चेक ऑन यूटिलिटी ऑफ दीज डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट्स. what do you feel?
Yeah, exactly. Utility of medical diagnostic aids are to be decided by the doctor. How much important they are. Finally, it is not determining the health and lifespan of the patient. So, such a kind of patient awareness देना चाहिए patients को. ये lab values. Actually, I used to tell my patients, lab values हमारे लिए है, आपके लिए नहीं है. तो आप इसके बारे में सोचने का, वरी करने का जरूरत नहीं है. तो responsibility डॉक्टर का है. वो डॉक्टर पेशेंट को जो बोलता है हीलिंग के लिए क्या क्या करना है, लाइफस्टाइल में क्या क्या चेंजेस बनाना है, वो सब बोले तो वो patient has to be more focused on that advices instead of lab reports. Then they can heal fast. If they are worried over lab reports alone, they are forgetting everything else. What else have to see? Today we are living in a world where people are made to think that getting rid of the disease is a responsibility of doctor alone and not the patient. Patients बहुत सारे medicines खाते हैं, खाने जैसे हैं medicines, 8, 9, 10 नंबर गोलियां हैं हर दिन. I don't know how they are managing to take 10 to 15 tablets a day, but at the same time they don't know why they are taking these tablets, how long they have to take these tablets, what will happen to them if they take these cocktail tablets. See, when we are taking these tablets are not like food, no, they are having more potency. Tablets को potency ज़्यादा है, तो वो भी benefit risk है. कुछ भी लिए तो भी उसको benefit और risk है, साथ में risk भी है. तो इतने सारे मेडिसिन एक दिन में लिए तो क्या होगा, ऐसा कुछ रिसर्च कभी भी नहीं हुआ है. वो तो होना चाहिए. इतने सारे मेडिसिन एंटी
but this you're talking about medicines. There are patients we see that they become very happy if we prescribe a lot of medicines. This is also a scenario you tend to see in patients, and they try to compare also that if वो डॉक्टर ने मुझे ये लिख के दिया डायग्नोस्टिक टेस्ट, आप नहीं बोल रहे. सो दिस आल्सो डिमांड करते हैं डॉक्टर्स से. सो दिस इज व्हाट वी सी इन यूजुअल प्रैक्टिस. सो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इसके बारे में अवेयरनेस नीड्स टू बी क्रिएटेड अमंग पेशेंट्स.
Healing is a collective responsibility. It's not like healing will be done by the doctor. You can enjoy your life the way you want. कुछ भी खा सकते, कुछ भी कर सकते. अगर बीमारी है तो भी कुछ भी कर सकते. डॉक्टर अपने काम करेंगे, ऐसा नहीं है. हीलिंग मीन्स it is always an innate mechanism. You can heal only if you are conscious about your disease. What all mechanisms have led to your disease? Why this sickness happened to you? So डॉक्टर को पूछना चाहिए, ये मैं
हाँ.
कैसे मुझे ये हुआ है, लाइफस्टाइल में क्या क्या चेंजेस बनाना है, कितने दिन बनाना है, और एक गोली प्रिस्क्राइब किए तो कितने दिन ये लेना है, क्यों मुझे ये पूरा लाइफ में लेने के लिए बताया है, क्यों ऐसा बताया है, what is this doing, what is this thing doing in my body. When a medicine is intended to heal a subject, why you are prescribing this drug to me in the whole life? If it is, you are asking, you are also scaring me by telling that if you stop the medicine you will die, I will die. So on what basis you are telling that? Because now I am not dying, without medicine I am not dying, but you are telling that if I start this medicine and stop it, next day I will die. So I want to know the reason what this medicine is doing. But कोई पूछते नहीं. I
पूछना
don't
नहीं.
think many people are asking. This is what
नहीं,
Dr.
some
Gayatri.
ask. नहीं, some do ask, and there are some category which ask so much that sometimes we only question ourselves that who is the doctor. Patient
Right.
is a doctor. Yeah, I am a doctor. So it happens sometimes like that also. So
We have
these are very
to train the community, public, to ask
uh,
questions to doctors. Any
correct
system,
question.
doctors. Yeah.
Yes. एंड मैम एक्चुअली हम लोग जब एविडेंस बेस्ड मेडिसिन बोलते हैं तो एविडेंस बेस्ड मेडिसिन ये कितना ग्राउंडेड है ऑन साइंस, लाइक क्यों और कैसे हम बोले कि ये एविडेंस बेस्ड मेडिसिन, वी शुड डिपेंड ऑन दैट, क्योंकि ये एविडेंस बेस्ड मेडिसिन ये टर्म भी बहुत नई है. वी वर नेवर टॉकिंग अबाउट evidence based medicine earlier.
Yeah, right. This
So
evidence based
how
medicine
and
is a
why?
new creation.
Yes,
New
there are a
creation.
lot of new creations coming, new
Yeah.
terminologies coming. So
Yeah.
how you will describe that evidence based medicine?
Actually, the thing is that evidence is necessary for a medical system which is having no innate proof of healing. That is my point. As medical science, which cannot give any explanatory evidence or any medical evidence to show healing or to prove healing or to
ये आप
explain
हिंदी
healing
में
or
बोल
to
सकते
just.
हैं क्या? ये आप हिंदी में एक दो सेंटेंसेस बोल
हाँ
सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल, आई विल ट्राई. सो एक जो मेडिकल सिस्टम में हीलिंग के लिए कुछ भी नहीं है, मतलब हीलिंग आई मीन ब्लॉकिंग के लिए है, पेन ब्लॉकिंग, मास्किंग, सप्रेसिंग के लिए बहुत सारे दवाइयाँ हैं, लेकिन मेडिकल सिस्टम विच कैनॉट एक्सप्लेन वो हीलिंग कैसे होता है बॉडी में, कैसे डिसीज हुआ है, उसका मैकेनिज्म्स क्या क्या है. बीमारी मतलब वायरल फीवर वायरस से होता है, ऐसे बोलने में ज्यादा मतलब ज्यादा यूटिलिटी नहीं है लोगों को. वायरस से वायरल फीवर होता है, वो समझने से क्या होता है. पीपल वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ आई कैन प्रोटेक्ट माई सेल्फ फ्रॉम वायरस. वायरस सभी लोगों के बॉडी पर है, लेकिन सभी लोगों सभी टाइम में बीमारी नहीं होता है.
बीमार
तो
नहीं पड़ते.
हमारे इनेट इम्यून सिस्टम में क्या क्या मैकेनिज्म्स है, वो वायरल फीवर जल्दी ठीक करवाने के लिए क्या क्या कर सकते, बिना मेडिसिन क्या क्या कर सकते. विदाउट मेडिसिन वन कैन हील फीवर, one can heal infection. This kind of things are not taught. These kind of things are not in modern medicine. Modern medicine में external barriers है, मतलब हैंड वॉश करना है, ये सब बोलते हैं, और इंटरनल अगर फीवर है तो पैरासिटामोल लेना है, इतना ही है, और बाद में बैक्टीरियल हो जाए तो एंटीबायोटिक्स लेना है, इतना ही है. लेकिन बहुत सारे डीपर एस्पेक्ट नॉलेज पीपल को लोगों को देना चाहिए कि कैसे फीवर होता है. फीवर इज अ हेल्थी इम्यून रिस्पॉन्स टू पैथोजेंस. फीवर हमारे शत्रु नहीं है, मित्र है. तो फीवर के टाइम में क्या क्या करना चाहिए, क्या क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, वो जल्दी ठीक करवाने के लिए, मतलब जल्दी हेल्थी होने के लिए क्या क्या करना है, ये सब एजुकेट करे तो people will understand that infective fever is nothing to be scared of. So उसके लिए evidence based medicine should begin from education. Evidence means healing is the evidence, not new drug is the evidence. New drugs emerging, new drugs with benefit risk, evidence of benefit and risk. 10 लोग में 6 लोग मरे तो भी, मर जाए तो भी, 4 लोग if they are living, they consider it as evidence based medicine. It is not the evidence which is intended to be. Evidence of healing only matters. Whether you are able to explain healing, whether you are able to explain the cause mechanisms of healing with medicine or without medicine. Without medicine means it is not trial and error by the principles of our medical science. होम्योपैथी में प्रिंसिपल्स है, आयुर्वेद में प्रिंसिपल्स है, वो प्रिंसिपल्स अप्लाई करके पेशेंट में अप्लाई करके कैसे हीलिंग होता है, और अगर फीवर बढ़ जाए तो क्यों we should not be scared. Why we should not be scared? When you are trusting your doctor, it is your doctor's responsibility to understand. If you are following doctor's prescription correctly, doctor's advices correctly, doctor will be able to understand why your temperature is more and what can be done to bring it down. And sometimes temperature can be more during recovery also. Recovery phase also. It is not suppression of temperature always. That is the treatment of fever. So such things are to be educated to public. Public जानना चाहिए.
हाँ, आपने अभी वायरस और बुखार के बारे में बात की, तो एक दो सेंटेंसेस हमने ये भी डिस्कस करना चाहिए कि आजकल इतने नए नए वेरिएंट्स आ रहे हैं. सो करंट हीरो हैज बिकम दैट JN1 वेरिएंट, जो भी है. तो एज डॉक्टर्स, as you as an Ayurveda doctor, I am as a homeopath doctor, मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है that we are differentiating cases based on the names of these variants, because we try to get the case and disease picture of the patient, and we are giving medicines 2 years earlier also, and we are giving same medicines even today. So what is your experience regarding this? क्योंकि लोग बहुत panic and anxious हो जाते हैं because of these new names and variant names. So you talk something about that also.
Actually, Western medicine is mostly influencing people, right? Most of the people all over the world are influenced and impacted by the Western medicine. So Western medicine is proposing germ theory. They are so much creating fear on this germs, what virus, bacteria, whatever it is. So other medical sciences are just pulled back. Even rights, we know what happened during COVID time. Our rights were denied. We were not allowed to treat in the early period. We were not allowed to treat though we don't have viral fevers, we have infections, logics on infections, how to understand, treat, reverse infections. Our rights were denied. So public education, now there is a program called Hastalamba, where our doctors, Ayurveda, SBBA doctors are treating patients all over the world without medication by first aid alone. It is a free program. हमारे एक लिंक है, उसमें क्लिक करें तो कोई भी मतलब वर्ल्ड में कहीं है तो भी वो सर्विस मिल जाएगा. वो ऑनलाइन रजिस्टर, वायरल फीवर में बिना मेडिसिन 5-7 दिन में हीलिंग होना है. तो डॉक्टर्स आपको फोन करेंगे, आपके हेल्थ स्टेटस, they will inquire, they will take responsibility. If you are following their advices correctly, you will get well in any stage of infection, mild, moderate or severe, without any medication. So that we are showing and we are proving. That is what proving means. We have to show the healing. It's not we have to
that
show
you are
the
getting cured.
Yeah,
कि आप ठीक हो रहे हैं.
Correct.
Exactly.
People are getting healed.
Yes, इसके बारे में डॉक्टर बीजी आई थी एज अ गेस्ट स्पीकर इन वन ऑफ माय सेशन. तो हमने इसके बारे में, उन्होंने भी बोला था SBEBA के बारे में. लिंक भी हम लोगों ने शेयर की थी सबके साथ.
Still it is active and there is no need to worry about new variants or old variants, because only for those medical system which are concerned about old and new variants, you need to be concerned. If you are going to opt for other medical system where physicians do not care for variants, you can go confidently to those systems. That is my point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, homeopathy, maybe, ma'am, we do believe not on the names of diseases.
Right.
क्योंकि simple, even if we take jaundice or simple headache, so it is not generalized in each patients. क्योंकि
Right.
आपका headache अलग हो सकता है, उसके causative factors अलग हो सकते हैं, दूसरे किसी के
Right.
और अलग हो सकते हैं. So it is patient specific. It is case specific. Always homeopathy maybe. So I
Yeah.
just like, yeah. So Meenakshi, I would request to you to show today's Times of India में आज की न्यूज आई है. I will just read 2-3 bits of it. Traditional medicine terms to be on WHO list. Okay, तो इसमें क्या बोला है कि WHO, that is World Health Organization, has decided to include traditional medicine terminologies into its international classification of diseases, that is ICD list. Senior officials in Ayush Ministry said that ICD classification of traditional systems of medicine, उसमें सभी उन्होंने लिया है, आयुर्वेद, योगा, naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, as well as homeopathy, and they are saying that will have significant long-term consequences in healthcare sector. Scientists, doctors from around the world will be able to understand Ayush better and integrate it at high end. Research and documentation will be easier, they feel. This will open up huge possibilities of large scale scientific evidence generation in Ayush sector and contribute towards increasing credibility of its usage across the globe. He also added that this ICD will also help in medical insurance coverage and will give boost to medical value travel for Ayush care in India. तो मैम, दिस इज टुडेज टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया न्यूज कि ट्रेडिशनल मेडिसिन के जो टर्मिनोलॉजीज है वो डब्ल्यूएचओ ने डब्ल्यूएचओ के लिस्टिंग्स में अभी आने वाले हैं. थैंक्स मीनाक्षी. Meenakshi, you can take down. Yes, thanks. So, ma'am, now you tell me that what do you feel after reading this news? It's a good step or what? What is your view?
Actually, this first of all, WHO, before making a decision like this, WHO must understand other medical systems, fundamental attitude, approach, etc. How they can decide Ayurveda or homeopathy or anything as Siddha or anything as tradition. I don't understand how they, on what basis they have decided other things as tradition and theirs alone as science. I don't understand. Basic point, starting point itself. See, when the starting point itself is wrong, when one person is buttoning shirt, the upper part, uppermost button is worn incorrectly means there is no chance of wearing the नीचे वाले right कभी भी नहीं होगा अगर ऊपर वाले बटन नहीं पहन दिए तो ऐसा ही है. If you are not starting in the right point, the further points will be completely wrong. How can they claim Ayurveda or other systems, Siddha or Unani as traditional medicine? They should understand tradition and science. They should demarcate before, according
But
to
ma'am,
their
don't you think that आयुष को ये question नहीं पड़ता है क्या? जैसे what we feel, sometimes I really think to myself that these questions, how does Ayush look at it?
Actually
What is your
we have been striving hard to make them understand. No, Dr. Gayatri, we have been doing
exactly?
several methods and we have been giving proposals also to make them understand what is the use of applying terminologies. All these terminologies which they mention in particular medical systems are very deep, highly complex, highly scientific and
Exactly.
subtle-most terminologies. They are taking it so lightly and they are interpreting it in their own manner and they are going to publish it and integrate it. Means it is complete stupidity. It is nothing less than stupidity. I will use the term absurdity itself because they are not understanding ABCD of that particular medical system. They don't want to understand. It is like depriving liberty. and identity, depriving liberty of other medical systems. If Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani, etc., are accepted as Indian medical sciences, these medical sciences have their own liberty, their own rights to establish as independent medical sciences. Why it is getting denied in India? In India, Indian medical systems are denied means what is the future of India? What is the future of healthcare in India? If Indian medical systems are denied of their independence, rights, scientific emergence of science, because we want our own platform, we want our own funds, we want our
Exactly.
own opportunities. These are denied, and join WHO, you will get accepted. Your terminologies will be taken by them. Why do we need them to accept us? They are no one to accept us. If they want to accept Ayurveda, first it is their choice. It is not choice of Ayurveda to get accepted by WHO. It is a choice of Ayurveda whether they want to accept Ayurveda or recognize Ayurveda. They have to learn Ayurveda. They have to understand. They have to understand. At least they have to understand the fundamental attitude, approach, and scientificity, core scientificity from authentic experts of Ayurveda. Then they can decide whether they want to integrate. There is no scope of integration. They will understand. Every medical science will get maximum benefited to the world when it is used in its own way. It's not by integrated way. Ayurveda will be getting benefited to the whole world when Ayurveda is known, recognized, and applied as Ayurveda itself and not as something else. So, this integration, I don't understand why Ayurveda people are also falling for this integration. Because of that, now there, I think in another coming few years, there will be no Ayurveda even because science is getting vanished. There is such kind of adulteration happening means there
See,
is no scope of.
we are not criticizing Ayush. Our main motive to talk these things out is that we are not able to still understand where things are going.
Yeah,
You
Ayush
understand?
has to
Because
take responsibility on this. I hope that
ah,
Ministry of Ayush will take this seriously because only they
exactly.
can create a change here. Because we all are powerless, even though it is democratic country, every citizen does not get direct access to make
Ah,
policies, even though we are
correct.
authentic experts. So it is the I hope that Ministry of Ayush will get conscious and aware of the detrimental consequences of such kind of integration with WHO, and they will change this. That's what I
It's
believe,
only
Dr.
the
Gayatri.
concern. It's only the concern that we want to put here on this platform
Right.
that, there's always two sides of the coin, and you should always talk about the other side as well. So that is why I always try to bring up these topics, so that our doctors from different medical system also share their views regarding this WHO and Ayush collaboration. My main aim behind this is just to initiate the talk on this aspect as well. So there's nothing as such criticizing it, but yes, we still have concern about the things.
Actually, one more thing I would like to add, if traditional medical systems, what they mean as tradition, there no scientific background, it is like transferred through generations, there is no
uh,
documented science. Such traditional systems need validation by some or other means. That I agree. But they have to first verify whether these particular medical systems are scientific, innately
hmm,
scientific. Scientific means they have accepted logical knowledge systems. Based on that,
right,
application is or not. If they are interested
yes.
in Ayurveda, they should know Ayurveda first. It is not Ayurveda is not terminologies. It's not a set of terminologies. You're not going to get anything by reading out terminologies. It's a highly complex, vast, and deep science. They have
So
to
on
understand.
this pretext, yes, so on this pretext itself, you try to explain that is Ayurveda scientifically proven.
Yeah, Ayurveda scientifically proven or not has to be decided by the application of the science. Those who are applying science, it
Hmm,
can be proven in one person or five people or 10 people. Proving is to be shown in healing. Healing
hmm,
only is the accurate evidence of proving. It is not emerging new medicines or comparing benefit risk ratio of medicine X and Y. How can we prove that X causes Y? We have to know, we must know about the X and Y variables. Whether X is causing Y, we should know the mechanism by means of which X is causing Y result. And we should know that X itself has led to Y and not something else. Because many things, multiple factors are working in healing. It's not like
Right.
blocking, masking, etc. Blocking, masking, etc. One molecule, one compound is given, this particular pathway is blocked, or this enzyme is suppressed, or this hormone is supplemented, and you can say that this symptom is blocked. That is not healing. Healing is highly scientific, innately scientific. So, a true medical science is proven, getting proven when the medical scientists or medical people, doctors, are able to explain the healing scientifically, to publish the results scientifically. Scientifically doesn't mean statistically. Scientifically means they are able to explain by these cause mechanisms happened in this patient. These principles, diagnostic
The modus
principles,
operandi, we can say, isn't it? The modus operandi, in
correct,
other way.
correct, and mode
Yes.
of operation, mode of functioning of the medicine. What the medicine is doing, medicine is based on what principle of action, and that
Right.
principle, when applied in identical condition in another patient, is working in the same manner. So it is principles or logics which are to be proven, logics of diagnosis and logics of treatment which are to be proven. So that is what Ayurveda is mentioning. In Ayurveda, the best tool for proving is logical reasoning, Shastra Sahita Tarka. That is considered as the best tool of scientificity in Ayurveda. Shastra Sahita Tarka. Tarka means reasoning. Shastra Sahita means logical, scientific reasoning. Inbuilt scientific reasoning. That is the tool for scientificity of Ayurveda. So Ayurveda, proving Ayurveda means you have to show healing, you have to explain healing, you have to justify healing. If not healing also, you have to justify not healing. And you should be able to reproduce that same cause mechanism effect relationship in other identical conditions in other
Right.
patients. So that is what is called scientific proof. Is it is based on deductive reasoning, not inductive reasoning. There is a definite knowledge, you are deducting from general to specific. That is the way of proving in Ayurveda. But in modern science, it is entirely opposite. It is based on inductive only, inductive reasoning, from specific to general. And they are proving means they are connecting something. They are giving an unknown compound based on observation and experiment, empirical proof. They are assuming something that this has got this much benefit and risk. We don't know tomorrow. Today it has shown this much benefit risk in this population. Tomorrow it can change. Tomorrow the result can change. So that kind of constructive empiricism is unscientific in Ayurveda, in based on logics of Ayurvedic science. So proving also is different from medical science to medical science. I don't know. I'm not
Right.
authentic about homeopathy or Siddha or anything else. But regarding Ayurveda, I can confidently say that the way of proving Ayurveda is entirely different from way of proving modern medicine. Because modern medicine,
Right.
they are proving medication, I mean drugs, not medication, drugs for benefit risk. Ayurveda is intended to prove healing by innate scientific principles. So there is lot of difference. We don't need to worry about medications. We need to worry about principles, intelligence, application, wisdom of doctors. So it is what is to improve in Ayurveda to prove the medical
Right.
science. People are to
Or
benefit by proving. People are to benefit by
correct.
proving. Otherwise, what is the use of proving? Marketing drugs is not the aim of proving. Proving
Exactly.
is healing should happen. Patient should get
Patient
benefit.
healing. Right.
That is the proof.
Right. लेकिन ये बहुत नए नए टर्म्स में और एक बहुत कॉमन आजकल टर्म यूज की जाती है, दैट इज फंक्शनल मेडिसिन. क्योंकि हम जब पढ़ाई कर रहे थे इन आवर मेडिकल स्कूल, वी नेवर हर्ड दिस टर्मिनोलॉजी एज फंक्शनल हीलिंग इन 2000, It's long back, 20-25 years back. So this functional medicine has gained so much interest by medical fraternity. So Ayurveda, क्या Ayurveda कार्यात्मक चिकित्सा है? What do you feel?
Yeah, functional medicine, actually, functional medicine, the knowledge of functional medicine is in a budding stage in modern medicine. Still, they cannot work out because there are lots of imperfections. They are not able to integrate. What is this functional medicine? Functional medicine means you are based on a systems biology method. You are going to go probe deep into the patient. It is not the disease that we are treating. We are treating patient. So, this Ayurveda as such, the 5,000 years old Ayurveda is advocating only functional medicine, nothing else. They are not calling the term functional medicine, but still, Ayurveda is advocating
Very
to treat the
similar.
patient and not the disease. So, a patient can be not a group of symptoms. There are definite pathologies, a set of pathologies coexisting in the patient. So, we should, for example, headache comes, just like you told, headache or any pain happens. It can be by inflammation, it can be by dehydration, it can be by obstruction. Pain can happen by several, it can be by any a cause,
Any.
right? So we have to probe into the patient history, patient diet and lifestyle, whether the patient had enough water that day, he had stomach pain, severe stomach pain. It can be whether the patient had any infective fever, so it can be by infection and inflammation. Sometimes it can be by some autoimmune mechanisms if the patient is having, or metabolic imbalance. So we are probing into the cause mechanisms in that patient, what he was doing, what kind of diet he is taking, whether he had undergone any change in his habits recently, any drugs, new drugs were introduced, or any treatment was taken for any other disease, or like that. Hypothyroid can cause constipation, dehydration can cause constipation, indigestion can cause, infection can cause. So it is not like constipation laxity. It is not the thing. That is called functional medicine. We are probing into the patient by applying the diagnostic principles, and we are sometimes we are avoiding even medications in the treatment aspect. We are asking patient to rectify his lifestyle within minutes. It is not time taking or something. The moment patient changes his habits, moment patient switches over to medicated water or boiled water in place of unboiled water, immediately he will get relief from the symptoms. He can get relief from the symptoms. So this is the success of functional medicine. But in modern medicine, again, analytical reductionism is there. They, even though they are considering everything, they have only blocking, masking, suppressing. Regarding disease, they can do only this kind of things. They can alter lifestyle, but still they are having lots of limitations. But as far as Ayurveda is concerned, it is SBBA which has introduced and emphasized clear cut principles and logics to practice functional medicine. So the benefit is that we are able to heal patients by fragmented dosage approach. We don't need to give loads of medicine, only fragments, pinches of tablet we are giving to heal patients. That is one benefit. And healing means taking the patient out of disease and medicine. That is called healing. Disease and
Totally
medicine.
pure. It's
Correct.
pure.
Yeah. And it is not like you have to take this medicine throughout the life, or when you get symptom, take this medicine. It is not healing. So functional medicine in SBB is oriented on that only. This is what is called functional.
एंड मैम एक्चुअली ट्रेडिशनल वर्ड जो अभी हमने कुछ देर पहले बोला, तो ये जो लोगों को लगता है कि परंपरा से आयुर्वेदा में जो भी कुछ कन्वेंशनल बिलीफ्स आए हैं, तो ये इज इट फेयर एंड राइटनेस उसका कैसे हम डिसाइड करें?
It's not
So
fair
what do you?
because, yeah, it's not
It's
fair
not.
because tribal medicine is there, grandma's medicine is there, kitchen medicine is there. लोगों को ये समझना चाहिए कि ये सब आयुर्वेदा नहीं है, तो ग्रैंड मास मेडिसिन आयुर्वेदा नहीं है। तो नेबर आपको बताएंगे कि ये सब काढ़ा बना के ले लो, ये ठीक हो जाएगा, नेबर्स भी ट्रीट करते हैं, दे आर रिकमेंडिंग मेडिसिन, हर्ब्स, स्पाइसेस। वो कोविड के टाइम में क्या हुआ, सभी लोग हल्दी मिर्च काली मिर्च सभी डाल के पानी उबाल के,
ओवरयूज हुआ सब।
actually all these turmeric in curry differs from turmeric in water. When you are using turmeric in drinking water, it is very dangerous, it can cause dehydration. It's not like turmeric 2 pinches in curry. Everything is different because they are having potency. So it is not, Ayurveda is not kitchen medicine, or Ayurveda is not grandma's tradition or anything. There are logics, proofs. They are there. Only a doctor can understand your condition. Doctor means learned scientific doctor of Ayurveda can only understand आपको क्या हुआ है, कैसे हुआ है, how, why. तो उस वो करेक्ट करने के लिए क्या प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई करना है, उसके लिए आपका रोल क्या है, पेशेंट का रोल क्या है, कैसे फॉलो अप करना है, वो कितने दिन में ठीक हो जाएगा, वो सब डॉक्टर ही जान सकते हैं. डॉक्टर ओनली विल नो दैट. So you must not be, patients must not be using all these herbal therapies and all and considering it as Ayurveda. If they are using it, they can use at their own risk and consequences. But it is not Ayurveda because Ayurveda is science-based medicine. There is a definite science to explain how and why you this ailment, how and why you are sick, what is to be done to rectify, how and why it gets rectified. These things are explained. That is called science. That is originally what is called science. So it is not fair to take some herbs and spices or something online. Even online, बहुत सारे medicines online, people they are purchasing online. It is very pathetic to do like that, and it has got very
It's dangerous also. Yes.
hazardous consequences. Very hazardous. Many
One doctor has rightly said कि WhatsApp यूनिवर्सिटी हो गई है आजकल.
हाँ बिल्कुल करेक्ट, सही है. तो व्हाट्सएप में होता है, गूगल में अगर वो टाइप करें
Google.
तो पेशेंट्स, बहुत सारे पेशेंट्स आते हैं, ये मुझे ये हुआ है, गूगल करके वे लोग डायग्नोसिस
Yes.
भी करेंगे और इसके लिए कुछ दवाई है क्या ऐसे पूछते हैं. इसके लिए इस
नहीं, और
condition के
उसमें
लिए दवाई है.
नहीं मैम, और उसमें और एक एडिशन अभी हो रहा है, दैट इज
हाँ,
आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. I
आर्टिफिशियल
have
इंटेलिजेंस.
covered this every most session में मैं इसके बारे में बोलती हूँ क्योंकि बहुत कंसर्न लगता है about this artificial intelligence also coming into health sector.
राइट.
So everybody should be aware, I feel, doctors as well as public.
If their
About the
mixie is damaged, they will take the mixie to mechanic. But if their body is damaged, they will search Google and find out what is better for them, and they will even. It's very unprofessional way. Human being is a highly complicated machine. They are
True.
taking risk. Yeah.
True. एंड ये जो सुपीरियोरिटी और इंफीरियोरिटी है ना, जो पैदा हुई है सिंस जनरेशंस, तो उसी में से एक टर्म आती है दैट इज मेन स्ट्रीम. मेन स्ट्रीम मेडिसिन, मेन स्ट्रीम मीडिया, ऐसा सब मेन स्ट्रीम बोले तो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस लगता है. तो सो आयुर्वेदा शुड डिजर्व, not only Ayurveda, I will say all different medical systems, including यूनानी हो, naturopathy, योगा हो, आयुर्वेदा हो, सिद्धा हो, होम्योपैथी हो. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि everyone deserves to be called as a mainstream scientific medicinal system. What do you think?
Actually, Western medicine has co-opted the term science. I will tell you. It seems like they are making people believe that their system co-opting science. Science is the term confined to modern medicine, like that,
Modern
such
medicine.
kind of, and considering every other medical system as quackery. I'm not criticizing all the doctors of modern medicine, but such a kind of very unhealthy trend because most of the people living in Western culture is more habituated and more known to Western medicine. So they don't know actually what other medical systems are doing. And this is why it has become a chain reaction for many years. So what is the solution for that is only emerging authentic research, authentic establishing independence and identity. of every medical system. Independence is very important, Dr. Gayatri. Every medical system should be given independent platforms to grow and develop. Rights should be given.
And it should not have interference as well from a
Absolutely.
system who doesn't know much about it. That is the main
Absolutely.
criteria.
Right. There should not be any sort of interference in our research, in our way of research, in our way of practice, in our way of treatment and diagnosis, everything. Like we should be allowed, we should have our own rights established. And there should be equality between all medical systems. That's what I'm telling.
नहीं और मैम अभी when we were talking about WHO and आयुष collaboration, अभी जो पैंडेमिक ट्रीटी के बारे में बहुत चर्चा है and this year is going to be very important, if we see this aspect of health, that is pandemic treaty. तो अभी जब आयुष is already collaborating with WHO, तो मुझे मेरा तो पर्सनल मानना यही है कि लाइक आई सेड देयर शुड बी नो इंटरफियरेंस henceforth, even if anybody, it should not happen, but if at all this unfortunate thing happens and we tend to sign such treaty, so then I feel, but still interference should never occur. That is what I feel whenever health crisis happens. What is your view?
Yeah, I feel the same only. I hope that people will get more conscious about the detrimental happenings, consequences. If it happens, then it will be like other medical system and other medical practitioners will be nothing but slaves. When we are made as slaves, actually it is not like mere slavery. The public or the people who are trusting these medical systems, the beneficiaries, they will be suffering more than us, because we know how to handle our infections, we know how to stay
True.
healthy, but we will be in a position where we are not able to extend our help as intended to a larger community of people. And staying in India, like a democratic country where equality is there, equality is advocated, we have a honorable
freedom
constitution
of
of India.
freedom of choice, freedom of
Yeah,
choice.
we have our choice, and our body is our right, and we have a very solid constitution of India which is advocating our rights and other things. So this has to be strengthened. I think more public are to be enlightened and educated on this.
And
Unfortunately, the
this should not be negotiated at any cost, I
no,
feel.
never. It should not be negotiated at any cost. What I feel that other system doctors have to be strengthened in their knowledge systems, in their respective knowledge systems. Only if they are confident, they will come up, they will emerge. I think in as far as Ayurveda is concerned, I was quite disappointed during the COVID period, because homeopathy, I have
True.
seen so many doctors associating for this. They were coming forward and they were very strongly advocating their system, but at the same time Ayurveda, it was quite less. Very
Same
sad
thing
to
happened
find.
with homeopathy also. Yes. Actually,
So
doctors need to be more vocal. There is
doctors
a
need to
big
be vocal,
need.
right? They have to
Yes.
be confident. For confidence
They
they
should
have to
be
work hard.
confident and vocal.
Yeah, right. So this is why we are pulled back. We
Actually.
have to
Yes.
emerge strongly, right?
Right. Ma'am, at the end of session, I always ask nowadays to the guest speaker three things that अगर आपको एडवाइस देनी है, एक एडवाइस पब्लिक को, एक एडवाइस डॉक्टर को और एक एडवाइस पॉलिसी मेकर को, तो आप क्या क्या दोगे?
पेशेंट्स को क्या बोलना है, इन द प्रीवियस टॉपिक आई हैव सेड दैट व्हेन यू आर चूजिंग, अगर आपको एक मेडिकल सिस्टम में ट्रस्ट है तो वो मेडिकल सिस्टम पूरा, मतलब एटलीस्ट आपके कंडीशन के बारे में पूरा जानने के लिए कोशिश करना है। कैसे मुझे ये हुआ है, वो उसका मैकेनिज्म क्या है, वो मेरे डाइट से कनेक्टेड है तो कैसे कनेक्ट हुआ है, और मेरे लाइफस्टाइल में क्या क्या चेंजेस बन जाए तो ये ठीक हो सकता है, वो कैसे हुआ है बाद में, वो मैं क्या करे तो वो आई कैन प्रिवेंट दैट, दीज थिंग्स they have to get enlightened. You have to get enlightened on these aspects because your body is your right. एंड एक डॉक्टर आपको एक मेडिसिन प्रिस्क्राइब करे तो नहीं है तो इंजेक्शन दिए तो इंजेक्शन देने के पहले ही पूछना है ये इंजेक्शन क्या होता है,
क्यों
वो
क्या है,
वो
क्यों
उसके
है?
बारे में थोड़ा इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए मुझे। ये ठीक करने का इंजेक्शन है या सिम्टम्स सप्रेस करने का है, इसका कुछ साइड इफेक्ट है तो क्या क्या हो सकता है, बिकॉज इट्स माई बॉडी एंड नॉट डॉक्टर्स बॉडी। एंड आयुर्वेद मेडिसिन भी बहुत सारे आयुर्वेद मेडिसिन बिना प्रिस्क्रिप्शन देते हैं, इवन क्वालिफाइड डॉक्टर्स आर डूइंग। डोंट टेक सच मेडिसिन when you are
True.
not getting prescribed for anything. Don't choose medicines bina label. I used to ask my patients why, on what basis you are, how come you are taking these things into your body, right?
True.
There is no guarantee because there is no label, no name. वो बना के दिया है, फिजिशियन बना के दिया है, जानते नहीं वो क्या है, तो ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। और more than 3 medicines if you are prescribed, definitely you have the right to know what each is doing. So getting awareness about the disease and role of healing, that is for the patient. And for the physician, definitely physician of any medical system can become confident. Becoming confident is a necessity today. Attaining confidence has become a crucial necessity for other medical systems, like other than modern medicine.
And standing for your own pathy, I feel that is very important.
Standing for our rights. Standing for rights will happen only if you are confident, and confidence will happen only if you are having knowledge, sufficient knowledge and practical skills to take care, to handle the situation, to handle the crisis. So that will happen only by collective and individual efforts. Individual efforts for learning and also community building, like public awareness programs, doctors awareness programs. All these are responsibilities of physicians today to emerge independently. Intelligence matters a lot. For Ayurvedic doctors, intelligence and wisdom are crucial. Without that, you cannot step forward. You cannot even make a one step ahead. You will be always remaining as slaves ever. So that should be done. And third one,
Policy maker.
policy makers, my humble request is to not make a quick and what do you call it? Quick decisions are emerging nowadays. We are knowing from newspapers only. That time we are understanding that this treaty is going to be signed. So please make an open platform where we can discuss these things. Please give us some time to understand and discuss with maximum, at least call upon the experts. Let it be not confined to a group of people who are always regular in such meetings. What I understand in Ayurveda is there are always a fixed group of people who are only involved in decision making. Others are completely banned. Let it not happen. Let the pathways be open to any authentic experts who are having innovative ideas, proposals.
Correct.
Sometimes it can change the nation. It can cause revolution in the nation, healthcare revolution in the nation. So please be open to any kind of unconventional, out of the box, innovative ideas. Please get ready to discuss with those people. Please provide platforms for symposiums, for listening to them, what they are telling, whether it is, and provide some research facilities to them, like OPDs, research OPDs, or where everyone can see, directly view, document what is happening in the healing.
Correct.
So let it happen. Let it be transparent. We now there is no transparency is what I feel, because even I am a member of this what you call musculoskeletal disease standard treatment guidelines appointed by Ministry of Health. I have given my own suggestions in a meeting. So they asked me to give in writing, me and my husband. Both of us gave in writing also, we have sent that all our inputs regarding the matter, but it has been many months now. There is no response. Even though we have sent reminders, there is no response. We don't know what is happening regarding this. So such
That is
kind
the problem. That is the problem, ma'am, that we are not getting responses if we, try to put certain grievances. Now, बीच में हम लोगों ने आयुष मिनिस्ट्री को लेटर भी लिखा of concern from all doctors. You must be aware. But we never nobody reverted back. So no response. So that is the problem here.
That is the
That
problem.
portals सिर्फ खुले रहते हैं, लेकिन पोर्टल्स पे जो आता है उसका फीडबैक या उसके ऊपर काम कभी होता भी है या नहीं, ये डाउट है. So that
I think this is a problem in India mostly.
administration problem है.
Right.
और like what you are saying कि एक ठराविक ग्रुप ही उस पे चर्चा करते रहता है, because they are into power. So they need to be open for discussion.
I think in foreign countries, European countries and all, when we are giving a mail to an authority, I have had experiences. The next day or the day, let it be medical aspect or professional or something out of profession, when we are sending a mail to an authority, they will immediately respond within 48 hours. See, I was this Richard Smith, you must be knowing Sir Richard Smith. He's a very honest scientist in modern medicine, BMJ former editor. I sent a mail to Sir. Within 48 hours, I got a response from him. So I got quite surprised. I am not a known person to him. I am no way connected to him. But still, he was humble enough. He was conscious enough to respond to me. So
यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने ऐसा बोलना चाहिए कि हम लोग इतना सब वेस्ट को कॉपी करते हैं, तो इसके जैसा ही ये भी करना चाहिए, फिर सभी करना चाहिए कॉपी.
Correct, exactly.
Because it will help us to grow as a nation also, I feel.
Exactly.
अच्छे एडवाइस दिए आपने मैम. और I really am very thankful कि आपने आपका समय स्पेंड करके ये सेशन you shared your views. और आपको मैं और आपको ये भी रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि आगे भी सजेशंस देते रहिए, फीडबैक देते रहिए कि और हम इस प्रोग्राम को, सेशंस को कैसे अच्छे तरीके से कर सके. And you try to refer other doctors as well, because see, this is just like a movement. We have created, we want to bring more and more doctors on this platform. So just 1 to 10 and 10 to 100, we are thinking of that. So to build our own group of like-minded people, and not only like-minded, even others who will will be open enough to listen to each other and ponder upon things, what can be done in future. So thanks very much, ma'am. और मैं सभी को बता दूं कि हम लोग QWife टीम तो बहुत अच्छे से हमें हेल्प कर रही है. बिकॉज ऑफ दिस प्लेटफॉर्म हम ये सेशंस कर पा रहे हैं. अवेकन इंडिया मूवमेंट भी बहुत ग्रास रूट लेवल पे अच्छे तरीके से काम कर रही है. मैं सभी को रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि इनकी भी वेबसाइट पे जाइए. आई एम ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ अवेकन इंडिया टीम, awakenindiamovement.com. वहां पे आपको बहुत सारे लेटर्स एंड जो भी अथॉरिटीज को भेजे गए हैं एज अ कॉमन सिटीजन कंसर्न आपको पढ़ने को मिलेंगे वहां पे. एंड आई एम पार्ट ऑफ मैनेजिंग कमिटी ऑफ यूएचओ, दैट इज यूनिवर्सल हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो मैं सभी पब्लिक को रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी कि आप यूएचओ की भी वेबसाइट पे जाके प्लीज गो थ्रू द वेबसाइट एंड डू बिकम अ मेंबर, क्योंकि हम फिलहाल ही में एज अ ट्रस्ट हमने रजिस्टर किया है. And ma'am, I would request you also to be part of this UHO as a member, official member. So do register on the website and go to website.
Thank you.
Yes. And thanks a lot आपको भी ma'am once again, और सभी viewers को आपने पूरा session देखा है. So we will meet next Friday, same time, a new doctor with a new topic. सभी को thanks. Namaste.
भोलानाथ का ब्रश कटर एक बैटरी चालित मशीन है जिसका चार्जिंग समय 3.5 घंटे है. यह 6 से 8 घंटे के प्रभावशाली संचालन समय का दावा करता है, जिससे यह एक बार चार्ज करने पर 16,000 वर्ग फुट गेहूं या चावल के खेतों को कुशलतापूर्वक काट सकता है. जबकि इसका पेट्रोल समकक्ष व्यक्ति उसी कार्य के लिए 1000 रुपए मूल्य का पेट्रोल खर्च करता है।